get in, and then you wanna get out. When you get the money to buy yourself a castle, how will you wear your leisure? You zipper back and front on the fence together. Weekends in leather, flip to the right and slip back.
Welcome to Yellow Brick Road. I'm Jordan. This is James, and today we're going to talk about maybe the first neocon, neoliberal philosopher I've ever heard of. That's right, Bernard-Henri Levy. He made an appearance on the Bill Maher show last night, and we're going to talk some shit about him because we're assholes. But first, please consider donating to Devon's Journey to Recovery. The link is in the description box. The website is in the intro to this video and our past videos. Please consider donating. At the very least, click on the link, check it out, read the story, and it might, tempt you to leave some money behind. That'd be nice. Okay. So we were just, playing video games and shit. Just had the Bill Maher show running as we're playing MLB The Show 17. That's right. We're 2 years behind. And we heard this guy come on. Now, Bill Maher announced him as a philosopher, so I'm like, oh, this might be interesting. And then he got to talking. And,
why am I not surprised, man?
yeah. Like, oh, that's how you made it on
With
Bill
this
Maher
fucker.
show. So, let's hear what he has to say.
Show guests. Our mid-show guest, he is a philosopher, human rights activist, and author of The Empire and the Five Kings, America's Abdication and the Fate of the World. Please welcome Bernard-Henri Levy. Sir. What a great pleasure, sir. I have been following you for a long time.
Me too.
Really? Me too. Don't say that here. I didn't do nothing. So
Good start, as you say.
so many things I love about you. One of them is that you love America. And I always wonder why, because you are a public intellectual, which we don't have in this country. And
Fuck, man.
It's like, usually you just don't have them on.
Yeah.
Like, avoiding them doesn't mean there's none there. I don't know. Oh, he has, Cornel West on. He's a intellectual, public.
Just
Very
because-
public, very,
yeah. Just because you shine some light in a dark room, doesn't mean it's fucking, bright.
Yeah.
You know?
The moon is not the sun at nighttime. It's like, the sun is the sun. All right, let's continue. As Caesarion might say.
Dark in here. Let's light a match. Not enough. Not enough.
America is a very anti-intellectual country. What do you love about us? You don't live here. That's what it is.
I don't know.
He gets away with saying so much shit.
When I see guys, rise to prominence, like Jordan Peterson, Sam Harris, the Weinstein brothers, those are intellectuals. Those are some of the most popular names you hear.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's just in this Hollywood bubble to where he doesn't hear about the outside world.
I think he's corrupt, but also old.
Out of touch.
I like to think he's an ignorant, old, out of touch, rich fucking asshole. But I'm gonna say he's a corrupt asshole.
Yeah.
It's too much, man. It's too much.
So let's hear from the guy who's apparently on his, when I Googled his name, he's the most prominent thinkers, one of the most prominent thinkers in France today, I guess. Let's find out.
Now, I have an announcement for you.
Oh, you do?
America does not equal Donald Trump.
No, but
America
even
is
before
not Donald Trump.
even before Trump, we were
There is
anti-intellectual.
only one man in America who believes that America equals Donald Trump. This is Donald Trump himself.
Right.
Except him from outside,
All right.
America is much bigger and
Yes.
much more lovable than Donald Trump.
So why don't you?
So, yeah, not a nuanced view of Trump. Sounds like mainstream CNN, MSNBC opinion of Trump. Not a nuanced version where there's details and He's all right here. He's bad here. It's just he's a narcissist. That's it. He's bad. He's racist. That's
Why?
it. He's sexist. That's it. That's all. Let's continue.
God damn it.
Countrymen feel that way.
My
I mean, you have said France was built upon the hate of America.
What I explained in my book, in this book, is that we have two France. We have the France of Lafayette, of de Tocqueville, and we have the France of the fascists, the old fascists, from the right and for the left, who hate America. Those who hate America in Europe are the fascist thinkers. They hate the idea of a country based on a creed. They love roots, soil, race, and so on. And they hate this strange idea of a country based in a sky of ideas, which is also America.
But what happens when we become the fascists?
When we become...
No, I'm talking about America now.
Yeah.
I mean, I worry that this country is becoming something unrecognizable. I think we all do. We hear it on this.
Pause it. Fuck, unrecognizable. Have you been looking at it?
He's apparently has amnesia of the Bush years that helped him rise to
Yeah.
superstar status.
When you got fucking banned,
Yeah.
when you got kicked off of the show, HBO's like, "Come here."
Yeah. We'll give you a platform.
Yeah, what the fuck? What are you doing?
I
What was it? What was it called? Uncensored?
something like that.
Right?
Or politically incorrect.
My bad. Politically incorrect.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I'm thinking those, those wars of empire expansion. I think that's why the rest of the world looks at it as funny.
Yeah.
I think they were looking at it as funny for years now.
Sure.
And then when you have the internet, they get to find out more details
Yeah,
about the fucked
great,
up
right?
things this country does.
It's a worldwide library of the horrible history of the United States and anyone else that's involved with our dealings.
Also, the citizens of America are looking into these things.
Sure. A lot more than it used to, a lot more than it used to be, especially within the last, 6 years.
Yeah. So, once again, maybe he just lives in a bubble. Doesn't
I don't know. I
hear
think he's
these
corrupt.
things.
There's no fucking way. Either you're corrupt, or you're just an ignorant piece of shit who doesn't give a fuck, Which I would argue that's also another form of corruption, too. But
Show every day.
I know. That's the reason why I wrote this book.
Right.
In order to say to my fellow countrymen and also to Americans that there is an American creed, an American exceptionality, which is, again, much bigger than this epiphenomenon, who is Donald Trump.
Alright, he's just spouting a bunch of, fucking storytelling bullshit that you tell your little kid at night to make sure he doesn't cry himself to sleep over the truth. American ideals? A land of opportunity? No, stop it. Knock it off. Knock it off.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Have you? It's a place it's a place, and there's many like it. Shitty things happen, and we can prevent those things if we stop talking like this.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Donald Trump is nothing. Donald Trump is an ape, of course. And look how I was listening to all you guys. I was listening, and I listen to the program rather often.
Thank you.
Look at that. This is a democratic red basis. This is a democratic poll.
Yeah.
This is more America than this crazy nuts White House people.
I think it's more of 1% of America.
Yeah.
As in filthy rich people.
Everyone on that panel right there.
Yeah. Maybe I think the crowd's more like, I don't know, they're fans of him, and then
They're fans, you know why?
Follow along with the ideology.
Listen, when that dude said he's a house nigga, right? They laughed.
Oh, you're
Remember
bad.
that? Huh?
You're like,
No, the guy was like, I'm safe. The guy was like, I was like, ooh. Like, you're clueless, number one. Number two, your fans are too. They'll laugh.
Yeah, those are usually the things that type of crowd is not supposed to laugh at. I have no problem with it, but
Me either, but it's just funny. Like, they're gonna laugh whatever the fuck you say when you give your cue. There's cues.
yeah.
You know? It's like... not like uncontrolled, like, oh, that was actually funny. It's...
All right.
fuck, man. Live in a bubble.
I hope your optimism wears off on me. But I know, I mean, you are, unlike a lot of people in Europe, unlike a lot of people in America, you want America to get more involved. Yeah, you were involved in Bosnia, Kosovo, Libya, Syria. You think we should have got in there? And I think a lot of us here in America think, wow, we haven't had a good experience with that. We haven't handled it well. It always seems to be clumsy. It always seems to be too warlike. Whenever.
What the fuck? What? We haven't handled that too well?
Thus, the
Clumsy.
neocon, neoliberal philosopher. I didn't know these guys existed. He's apparently one of the most prominent intellectuals in France. And we should have went into Syria. We should have went into Libya. You know, open air, slavery.
Yeah.
Just out there in the streets, whatever. You know, Syria,
Fuck,
destroying a country, basically.
I suppose we should have went into Palestine too.
Yeah, we should have.
We should have went into.
We are in Palestine.
You know what I mean?
I mean, Israel's using shit we gave them.
Directly.
You know, funding and all that.
Yeah, man.
So.
Wow, the philosophy of death. Can't wait.
I've never heard of a pro-war philosopher.
Might as well, but let's just castrate ourselves right now.
I was sure they're
Let's
out.
do it.
I was sure they're out there, but I figured they'd be like, you know, almost like older dudes, like from like the past, some guy that died already.
I mean, I'm not surprised this fucker's on his show saying this shit.
So I look at philosophy as like the study of wisdom and trying to find the truth of things, and it's like
I would say further, it's like a study and also your pursuit.
But yeah, maybe he separates his philosophy from his foreign policy, which wouldn't make sense because if you're studying truth and wisdom, I think truth and wisdom sort of expand everywhere, not just academically.
I think the only thing he's currently trying to expand is his fucking bank account. All right.
Maybe. Well, let's hear what he is. Let's hear him defend that. You know, Bill Maher bringing up, you know, you're for going into these countries. A lot of Americans don't want to do that. Rightfully so. Why are you for this? Let's hear his answer.
When we get involved, it seems like it's with the army.
No, wherever we, the West, don't get involved, it is a disaster. Syria, 400,000 deaths, millions of refugees, and a country completely emptied, voided of its substance.
So it's whenever we don't go in militarily, that's the problem. You see, if
I think he missed out on all the information that how it led to these countries led to being in trouble.
Yeah, I don't think he looked into, you know, rebels being funded in Syria
or the corporations sucking the life out of these, like, you know, countries and shit.
Yeah, I don't think he understands, you know, American, you know, behind the scenes government action,
economic warfare
to prop up rebels in order to replace the current leadership. We call it regime change over here. Maybe,
ironic.
Maybe he's never heard of that term.
Its influence on certain political figures.
We're actually doing it right now in Venezuela.
Yeah, look at that.
You see, what we do is we prop up the opposing team.
Right.
I believe Trump named some guy. Was it Juan Guaido?
We can call him Guido.
I'll call him the fake president.
I can say that.
Oh, we got Trump propping him, and naming him as the new president.
Yeah. Like, listen, just saying, how fucking scared would you be if some dude in Japan's like, Toyota, Mitsuzuki, something, just points to this guy and subtitle, our new American president.
Yeah.
Some dude waving. It's like, what?
Yeah.
How scared would you be?
What if Russia was the economic power of the world
Yeah.
and they just started sanctioning the shit out of America until they put the person they wanted in?
Yeah. Let's go. We're not experts, but we can go into a little bit of detail, right? So, Venezuela is cut off by sanctions. And like their main source of income is what? Oil. Right. And Saudi Arabia is connected to this how?
Well, Saudi Arabia, they're on the petrodollar. They
Right.
use American dollar as their cash flow for their oil.
Mm-hmm.
And what they could do as far as to fuck up the oil market in other countries is they could lower their prices.
Okay.
Once you lower your prices, then the competition has to lower their prices too. Otherwise, like, are you going to pay $10 here or pay $400 over there?
Right. So
they're going to lower. So Venezuela is going to lower their oil prices. Remember, this is their main source of income.
Right.
They don't have U.S. backing with billions of dollars
Right.
like Saudi Arabia does.
Right.
So Venezuela has to lower their prices, and now they're not making as much money as they were before. Right? Their oil is apparently the largest oil reserve in the world.
Oh,
That's their cash cow. That's
they,
how they pay for their socialist
are they
economy.
backed by the U.S. dollar?
No, they're not.
No.
They don't want to be backed by the U.S. dollar.
Look at that. There's a weird tendency whenever people or countries don't want that, and all of a sudden, a group of people are being funded, or a certain media group is filming a group of people. Oh, it's an outcry for help. They're screaming. They're telling us they must go. So and so must go. The dictator must go. It's like,
Yes.
is it really? Are you sure?
The Venezuelan white helmets,
Yeah.
fallen formation, setting up dummies and patching up Barbie dolls and shit. Like, look at these poor kids.
Yeah, that's real. White helmets. That's a real thing. Yeah. So it's literally, you can't fucking call anybody crazy for thinking like, okay, you're gonna have to, every time you hear something on the news or the media, you're gonna have to think, is this real? Yeah, you have to think that. It's irresponsible for you not to think that. So then you look at how this is happening as far as economic warfare. Then economic warfare, and then how the media portrays they're starving, they need our help, and then you see barricades and shit where the Venezuelan government does not want the U.S. to come in, and I'm being told it's a ploy. So, one would think, how is that a ploy? How the fuck are they? Like, we just want to help. Are you gonna arm people? Are you gonna arm people so when they start fighting, then you can have another attempt at your military coup?
Well, I think Trump's a little bit smarter than that. He understands his base does not want regime change wars, which is why he'll do it economically, and no one will bat an eye.
Well, hey, listen.
Well, they're socialists.
No, here's the thing. If they
They're
go in there,
Marxist socialists. Thus, who cares if they die?
yeah. If they go in there with
Just ask the red elephant.
aid as in, fuck him, man. Ugh. I'll get on him later. It's not hard to imagine what if the U.S. government came there with aid as far as food and water, et cetera, and guns. You still don't have to say it. All of a sudden, the rebels have tools.
Yeah.
And then shit starts happening. Well, we didn't do it. Look, it's awful. We have to help. Then there you go.
And remember the names involved here, like an Elliot Abrams. It's like, come on, Trump fans. That should be a huge red flag immediately.
Yeah.
This guy was convicted during the Iran-Contra spiel.
Yeah.
He's known for tearing up South American countries, and then you hire him to deal with Venezuela? Come on, man. How obvious is that?
There's plenty of evidence surrounding that guy's dark history.
So, yeah, as usual, we cut off the video here because just to leave some mystery there.
Yeah.
I wonder what he says after that. We're just trying to provide as little context as possible so we come off as the winners of the argument. That's our thing there. So, please subscribe if you like. comment. Always comment. We like comments. Please consider donating to Devon's Journey to Recovery. The link is in the description box, website, and the intro to this video and our past videos.
And if you ever have an argument, and you feel like you have to comment to tell us how wrong we are, I think your first option should be to call in. Hey guys, I want to call in. Sure, man, come on. It's simple as that.
Yeah, no problem.
It's simple as that.
If you have a rebuttal, or if you agree with us and have more details on it, because we're not experts. So if you have more details on things, you can definitely call in. That's no problem. Or if you disagree, you can call in. Just give us a message. We'll figure it out.
I would actually rather you actually call in, to be honest. But
if it's something just short, I don't mind a comment.
I'd rather have people call in. I like it better.
If it's just a short,
hey guys, like blah 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 blah. That's different though. That's different. If you have a legit argument, you guys are wrong. I'm gonna show how you guys are fools. Then I'm like, all right, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
So if you're not gonna call in and you're not gonna comment, just drop a couple dollars at Devon's Journey to Recovery. Link in the description box. And with that said, give this video a thumbs down. A neocon philosopher's thumbs down, which means your thumb will be hitting down onto a button that shoots the nuke off that blows up the rest of the world. Because wisdom. Give this video a thumbs down. Do it.
Say you wanna get in.